Today, I want to talk to you about some useful phrasal verbs that you may use every day. That's coming up. What's up, everyone? My name is Wes. This is Interactive English, which is all about helping you practice and improve your English skills. And today, I want to talk to you about some useful phrasal verbs that are related to the computer, to the internet, to technology in general, which is why I said you may use these every day, because we use the computer all the time. So the first phrasal verb that I want to talk to you about, well, actually a couple of phrasal verbs that have the same meaning, is log in and sign in. And what this means is just to access a computer or even a site using a name and a password. When you first start using the computer, you may need to log in. And then if you perhaps want to go to a website, you might have to sign into that website.
Anonymous 821 signed in to multiple accounts and standing by.
I logged into Hoytzman's computer and flooded it with Thai pornography.
Then we have to click on, and that just means to move the mouse over to an application, to a link, and then you select it. You click on the application, or you click on the link.
Just click on the enchanted boots to put them on.
I don't know. Can I see them in another color?
Just click on them.
Next, we have scroll up and scroll down. And this just means to move to the top or bottom of a site or a text. So for example, if you're using a document, you might need to scroll down to find more information or keep reading. Or maybe if you miss something, then you would scroll back up.
Okay, wait a minute. What happens if you scroll down? How about if you scroll up?
You can also scroll through a site or a document, and this just means to go through it, to go up and down, usually because you're looking for some specific information, and you are scrolling through the site in order to find the information that you need.
I will take a silent-faced journey as I scroll through this comment section.
And scroll through the on-screen menu.
You should scroll through the pictures on my husband's phone.
Next phrasal verb that I have for you is to back up. And oftentimes you're talking about backing up your computer or backing up your hard drive. And this just means to keep an extra copy of information for safekeeping. Every now and then I need to back up my computer. I need to save that information in case something happens. Or maybe you say you're going to back up your hard drive, which is where the information is stored, and you are going to back everything up because you definitely don't want to lose it. It's always smart to back up your computer.
Every time it's triggered, I get a text, like a Google alert.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know he backs up his hard drive every night, right?
What are you doing?
Backing up the hard drive. It's a good habit to get into.
Next is hack into. And when somebody hacks into another computer or even a site, then that just means they are illegally accessing a computer or they're illegally connecting to some kind of network. So it's not a good thing. I hope that you are not trying to hack into someone else's computer in order to steal information, but this is a phrasal verb that you may definitely hear if you're watching a movie or a TV show and somebody's trying to illegally access some information. They may hack into the computer or maybe hack into the network.
He hacked into our system.
He hacked into her computer.
Wait, I'm hacking into the phone's camera now. There, that's it. That's a live stream.
Monica hacked into our server, okay?
Please don't tell me that you hacked into Enframe's system.
I won't tell you that.
Well, did you hack into it or not?
Sheldon, that computer is used for national defense. Hacking into it is a federal crime.
Then we have the phrasal verb run out of, and this just means to decrease the supply of something. When talking about computers, it's common to hear someone say that they are running out of space. They use the computer all the time and they're storing all this information, photos, and they begin to run out of space. Now, this is a phrasal verb that you can use in a variety of different contexts, but it has the same meaning. For example, you might run out of gas if you're driving a car, or maybe here at home, I might run out of milk, which is true. I am running out of milk, so I need to go to the store. The supply is decreasing. But when you're talking about a computer, people would say they're running out of space.
Apparently the net has run out of web space and they don't have enough bytes left to add my name.
Now, if you're trying to create more space, you might use the phrasal verb free up. And you're trying to free up space and make it available so that you can continue to save photos and other information on the computer. You need to free up some space. We can also use this phrasal verb in a variety of other situations as well. For example, you may need to free up some of your time and you make it available so that you can do other things. But when talking about computers, it's all about the space that you have, the memory. Most of the time, people free up space by deleting things, but just make sure. That's why it's good to back everything up so you don't lose anything.
You're making a choice to destroy it, to never see it again. You choose to delete because you need to free up space, because you don't want it anymore.
Next is the phrasal verb pop up. To pop up, which means just to suddenly appear. So I think it's normal nowadays if you are using the internet that an advertisement will suddenly pop up and it just appears. So this is a phrasal verb, to pop up, but it can also be used as a noun because that advertisement, the one that pops up, is referred to as a pop-up. It's called a pop-up, but the action to pop up is a phrasal verb. And I keep saying pop up so many times, I hope that this is not confusing.
Yeah, except when you update the software, a little window pops up and you click OK.
You actually go inside there, but I've seen those ads pop up on my screen.
Then we have opt in and opt out. And this just means to choose to receive messages. So if you opt in, then you are saying, yes, I will receive some messages. If you change your mind and say, I don't want to receive any messages any longer, then you can opt out. Opt in, opt out.
What value can we offer now to the user to entice them to download the app and opt into our network?
This is the Butt Whisperer 9000. Cushion track, dog walk side path, liability opt-out button,
keep 'em coming,
and drill sergeant mode.
We also have the phrasal verb filter out, and this just means to remove unwanted email messages. So if you receive emails that you don't want, you're not interested in these messages, then you may try to filter them out so that you just don't receive them anymore.
Google always filters out my emails. They think I'm a bot.
And when we said someone should probably help Eric by filtering out any negative comments, he mentioned you by name.
Then we have three phrasal verbs that mean, well, they all mean the same thing. So this should be easy, and that is turn off, shut down, and power off. And it just means to end a session on the computer and you just stop using it. So if you're not going to use the computer anymore, you can turn it off, or maybe you'll shut it down, or perhaps you'll power it off. You can use any one of these three. In my personal opinion, I think turn off is probably the most common, followed by shut down, and then power off. It's still used, but I don't think it's as commonly used. And I'm probably going to hear from a bunch of people in the comments say, I always say power off. I love using that one. You can use any of them. Don't worry about it. They all mean the same thing. Turn off, shut down, power off.
Turn off the computer and come downstairs.
I'm gonna need your gimbal angles, Jack, before you shut down the computer.
Energy probe. Shut down, Alex. Shut down. Power off.
Then we have plug in, which is a phrasal verb specifically talking about plugging a power cable into a socket. Plug in. So if you need to charge your battery, then you're going to need to plug it into a socket so that you can continue to use the computer.
I don't think your computer is plugged in.
I'm sorry, guys.
What are you doing? Plugging in your computer?
Then we have print out. And if you are printing something out, then you are making a copy of something from the computer. Most of the time, it's talking about a document. You open up a document and you want to have that hard copy, so then you will need to print it out. Print out.
Look, I've got your advert here. Yes. I printed it out.
I've printed out some review.
I've been craving Sudanese all day. I'll print out some menus.
Then we have set up. And to set something up just means to install a new program or perhaps even assemble a computer. I don't think that most of us are assembling our own computers and it's like, oh, I have to set up my computer. You might say that in the context of you have a new computer and you need to move all your information from the old computer to the new computer and all of your programs. In that case, you could say, you know, I need to set it up. I need to get everything ready so I can start using it again. But you will see this phrasal verb when you start using a new program for the first time. You will need to set it up on your computer. You install it, you set it up, and then you can start using it.
We set up a voice activation system on your computer.
I am going to need so much help setting up my computer. I'm like a total grandma.
Then we have keep up with. And this is probably my favorite phrasal verb because I think it applies to me. This is used when talking about technology because what it means is to maintain the same level of something. And often I think it's talking about like knowledge or changes. And it really applies to technology because often people like me might say, you know, with so many changes happening and it's moving so fast, it's difficult to keep up with all of these changes. It's difficult to keep up with all of these updates on the computer. It's difficult to keep up with all of these different forms of social media. So if you're like me, then yes, it may be difficult to keep up with all of these changes.
Been trying to keep up with her, but I'm an old ass.
What do you like about Ryan?
Ryan keeps up with all the latest technology trends. And he's very honest with me about when I put on weight.
And I hope that you have no problem keeping up with our lessons because you don't have to sign in to anything in order to watch our lessons. Now, there may be an advertisement that pops up from time to time and you may have to watch it, but that's just about it. And I'm just trying to use these phrasal verbs again and again because that's just going to help you remember their meaning. If you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new, please hit that like button. And as always, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.